Well, it's taken me a long time to get around to buying an investment property. I've missed out on a few investment properties. Procrastination is probably the biggest thing. I'm an accountant by trade, so I'm fairly conservative and I'm not I'm not a risk taker, so it just took me a long time to sort of get comfortable with it. So in terms of hiring property buyers, that seemed to be a good match for me because they took the fear away. The biggest benefit was the time factor. It saved me heaps of time. Sourcing the property was really, really good. The buyer's agent was onto it straight away, onto the good properties. So yeah, saving time and money. I think at the end of the day, I was happy with the fact that they're not a one-stop shop for everything. They just do the property. They're quite happy to refer you on, which I think is great too, but there's no obligation to take up any of those additional services that they offer, which they're not offering, they're just referring you on. So yeah, and I happen to have a client that was pleased with them as well, so that helped. I think I was just impressed from Jason, the initial phone. He telephoned back and we had a chat. I felt very comfortable with Jason on the phone. And then I've used 2 different property buyers from agents, and both of them have been, really helpful, really, really good. Yeah. Well, they guided me through the whole process, saved me heaps of time, and just made me feel comfortable with the process, I think, too. I think it's very difficult separating the emotion when you're buying an investment property. They actually sort of maybe look outside the square a little bit. The research that they gave me was terrific. That was really good because it enabled me to sort of see that just how professional they were, really. But also it alleviated that fear that I had because buying property is quite an expensive thing. You can't just buy it and then sell it the next day. You're in there for the long haul because the buying costs are so expensive. So I think in terms of making me feel comfortable with the process, they were great, yeah. So found property. In actual fact, the second property that I bought, I actually bought without seeing. That's how comfortable I was with the process. So yeah, I was comfortable with the area, the price, the layout. Yeah. Even if they hadn't have saved me any money, I think I would have been happy with the service anyway because, just the time factor, the time involved in actually sourcing the properties, it's huge.